No! Greetings, humans. Welcome to my first... Shit. Welcome to my first illustration video where I will draw for you irrelevant nonsense. Today I will be drawing a pigman holding a chicken and a little umbrella. I always tell people when they draw from experience. Take what life has given to you and turn that into art. For example, this pigman's claws represent my father's impossibly strong hands. This chicken is representative of how funny I think chickens look. Chickens! You can think back to dreams, your daydreams, your nightmares. Really, you can have nightmares any time of day. Use those. Maybe you grew up sad because no one wanted to support your dream to draw. Maybe when you were younger, you got into baking, and every cake you made, your dad would drive his fist straight through the middle of it. Maybe he would refer to you to all of his friends as his less attractive daughter. So think back to his funeral when you were scared because you felt nothing, and put that in your drawings! Draw Pigman for that feeling! Comedy! This part, I had a bunch of pictures of pigs on my other monitor because I forgot what a fucking pig looks like, apparently, but whatever. Draw it with a human body anyways. I try not to worry too much about things like that in the beginning. All I really need is a solid gesture, and then I can pretty much take care of the rest with the painting process in Photoshop. You'll notice I start in Manga Studio. I like to do lines in Manga Studio because it makes the line work smooth as balls. If you ever try to do lines in Photoshop, it's just terrible. So yeah, I start in Manga Studio, then I bring it over to Photoshop for the rendering, and then I bring it back for finer detail. I just kind of switch back and forth, as you'll see later on. Generally, any efficient digital painter has either looked up or developed their own structural hierarchies as far as steps to the process. I never did that. I forget whatever the hell I did last time. I have to start from scratch almost every time. So now my process is always this barely functioning Frankenstein. So don't do anything I do. It's all probably wrong. If you came here in the hopes of learning something, I am truly sorry. I'm an incredibly uninformative human being. But there you go. A nice preliminary sketch of Mr. Pigman and his friend. We're ready to save it and move it over to Photoshop. When I'm really unorganized when it comes to file names. I don't like to... None of them have names that make sense. I just name whatever the first thing that comes to my head is, so... Let's go ahead and name this one... Dad. Oh, there's already a file named Dad. Let's name it... Two Dads. I always start off by blotching in a background on a multiplayer layer first, just because it's a lot less intimidating than a blank white background, I find. Then I just slop down some shadows and highlights on multiply and overlay layers. It's all pretty rough and quick just to get an idea of how light is falling on. Yeah. After that, I can just go crazy, paint over everything, no rhyme or reason, but do that. Are you learning with me? It was at this point I became bored of drawing and decided to play a video game. Oh no. Oh god! Someone's been stabbed on King Street. Rosenberg's on the case. Where'd it go? Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, now here we go. This looks good. Coming in for a smooth landing. It's Still just freely spinning underwater. Oh God, the humanity. A lot of much more professional artists would tell you not to start in grayscale only because it's harder to get the spontaneity and liveliness and color variation. I choose not to listen to them because, number one, it's easier and they're probably better than I am. And I got no room in my life for that. I'm the best. I am great. I'm on YouTube. Don't forget to zoom in on the Pigman's face so you can make him extra handsome. One thing I always forget to do is flip the image to catch all the... I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but when you flip an image upside down horizontally, your eye catches all the things that are wrong with it, and so it's easier to make corrections. I never do that, and it's a terrible habit of mine. I do it in this, but only like at the very end, like an ass. So footnote, don't forget to do that shit. I don't really have a whole lot more to say, so let's listen to some music. Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. There's Spider-Man, he is a Spider-Man. Spider. Let's lock eyes on these ducks. Boy, that sure was cute! Now let's look to see if a cuter dog! Doggy! Doggy! And there you have it. I have drawn you some farmyard animals. Thanks to excessive video editing, it appears that I have drawn that rather swiftly. Anyway, the link to the final image is down in the description if you're interested in looking at that. And thank you for watching me draw and scream. It was all very horrifying and unpleasant for me.